house in which once more I sit. I curse the very thought of it. Doors creaking through the cold empty halls, and cobwebs on the walls. A box filled with broken dreams, scattered pictures from a life once filled with glee. So ghastly through the dead of night I go. Dark kitchen where I cook my shit. How I shudder at the thought of it. Pots and pans amidst the stale hollow stink, and dishes in the sink. The cheese that's been there for years, the tiled floor that's not been washed but for blood and tears, and forks and spoons from a bygone time once shined so bright they have no life amidst the darkening clouds, and children play on the streets below as I die alone in this dark house.
Testing. Check. Check. Help. 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 Testing. 1, 2, 3. Check in the mic. Oh. Computer, what is the weather in Palm Springs, California?
Currently, in Palm Springs, California, it's 97 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect high temperatures, with a high of 121 degrees and a low of 88 degrees. Also, there's an excessive heat warning in effect until Friday, July 12th, 9 p.m.
Computer, volume 10. Hello everybody, and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be teaching you how to make Henry's wholesome homemade French fries. talk a little bit about French fries. There's a book called Food Rules that was written by a New York Times food critic, and it came out about 10 years ago. And it literally changed my life. At one point, he says that you can have French fries anytime you want. Anytime you want. 3 in the morning, go for it. 3 times a day, whatever. The only rule is you have to make the French fries yourself. You can't go to a fast food place or a burger joint or whatever. That's the only rule. And think about what that's going to do. One, you're never going to make your own French fries because it's going to be a pain in the ass. So you'll stop eating French fries. And that's good for you. It's less in saturated fat, and it's less sodium and all the other stuff that they put in there. French fries really are one of the worst things that you can eat. Computer, what's the worst thing that can happen to you by eating too many French fries your whole life?
Here's something I found on the web. Some health risks commonly associated with eating too much fried food are that it may increase the risk of heart diseases, causes type 2 diabetes, leads to obesity, and also decreases your immune power.
Okay, well, it wasn't as bad as I thought. But still, it's just generally speaking not very healthy, unless you make them yourself. The other thing about making them yourself is that you don't have all the chemicals and the equipment that McDonald's has. And I don't want to just keep saying McDonald's. Everybody says McDonald's, but they think that that means that all the other ones are fine. It's all garbage food, and it will kill you. I don't want to sound negative, but just have the double cheeseburger, but don't get the fries with them. A little bit more about fries. If you make them at home, you're basically just slicing a potato, and we're going to do it today, and you can see you're slicing a potato, you're making some sort of a sauce in your work bowl, and you're just putting a little bit of salt on there, but you're not injecting it with chemicals that you can't pronounce and that your grandmother wouldn't even know that they were food. So these are the types of things that I think about when I wake up in the morning, and that's why I'm a cooking explainer. I want to thank Nella for giving us this background picture today. This is nice. It looks like this is... I know Nella lives in Ohio, England, and that must be a picture from there, I assume. There wasn't a caption. Irish Drummer Boy says, "Hi, Henry." Hi, right back to you, Irish Drummer Boy. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if you noticed. Maybe some of my more OCD followers out there, patrons, users, will note that I was late today. I was struggling with the microphone, and it just decided today that it was going to not work, and so I was dealing with that, and it was a struggle. Passion Error says, "How are your allergies going, Henry?" Pretty good. I don't have any allergies for the moment, but I don't want to jinx it. Mochi's Nirvana says, "Look, Henry, frankly, you're doing a public service for all the younger users in here, sharing how shitty fast food is for your health." Yeah, and you know what? I wouldn't even be surprised if a lot of the younger users are more used to learning about that. But in my generation, it was considered healthy. I remember my dad, when I was 5 years old, took me to a McDonald's, and it was shaped like a boat. I think it was in Florida. And I asked him, "Dad, do you love me?" And he said, "Well, I took you to a fucking McDonald's shaped like a boat." We had a very interesting relationship. Sorry for the language there, but I was just quoting. Caitlin's Kitchen says, "Henry's Nutrition." Yeah, that could be a whole side class. Chase 1963 says, "Coffee and fries, my favorite." Lowas 69420 says, "My mom was stabbed at a McDonald's." Okay, are you the same person that said that your mom was stabbed in various other places? Because I'm starting to think that your mom just likes getting stabbed. It's a thing, and it is a thing for some people, I've heard. JSBX fan says, can you do that echo like you did with Chef Reactions? That was cool. Yeah, that was, boy, that was very difficult. Quanto says, I had McDonald's for lunch. Should I start writing my will? Oh, yeah, you should have all that stuff straightened out by now anyway. I think if you're in your early 20s, you definitely want to have a will. And if you're eating McDonald's on a regular basis, you probably should do it even sooner. Piss Baby just simply says, fuck Donald's. But with a question mark afterwards. So it's almost like it's a question for me. And I would say the answer is maybe. And look, I don't want to denigrate McDonald's. I mean, McDonald's, their fish fillet is very healthy. Their double quarter pounder with cheese is very healthy. It's got onions on them, which has fiber. Their apple pies, chicken McNuggets. I mean, chicken is great. Computer, what are some of the health benefits for chicken? Computer, what are the health benefits of chicken?
Chicken is a source of protein that has many vitamins and nutrients, including vitamin B6, vitamin B12, niacin, selenium, phosphorus, riboflavin, zinc.
Computer, stop. We get the idea. Chicken McNuggets are very good for you. You should have those every morning because it's got vitamins and minerals as well as protein. And probably a little fiber in there too. I don't know. Computer, does chicken have fiber?
Chicken can contain fiber, which is a type of carbohydrate that the body cannot fully digest. Fiber helps to promote gut health and can contribute to feelings of fullness and satisfaction.
Computer, stop. So I could have done a whole episode on the benefits of the Chicken McNugget by McDonald's, but instead I'm talking about how unhealthy their fries are. Let's go ahead now and look, we've got some alerts here. Sorry. I had something weird happen where I had a humidifier that was supposed to be turned off, but for some reason it went on in the middle of the night and I woke up with just a lot of fluid in my lungs, which I don't think is good. Grimace tipped $4.20. We'll Venmo the rest over later. Yeah, thank you, Grimace. There's that weird word. $4.20. 420. We've seen that. Or that it's not a word, it's a number. But Grimace is that the Grimace from McDonald's? Because that's one of the characters. Anonymous gifted a tier 1 sub to Ronald McDonald. Very kind of you, Anonymous. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule, your hacking schedule, to gift Ronald McDonald a sub. Spare Parts 2 resubscribed for 19 months. Thank you. Phantom Parakeet resubscribed for 4 months and says, hey, Henry, me and the other Viewbots look forward to watching this stream today. Mr. Destructoid. Thank you, Phantom Parakeet. And I hope you and the Viewbots enjoy it. Borderland Personality has resubscribed. Big Therapy will never convince me that they are more help than watching Henry. Yeah, it's all a racket, this therapy thing. You go in there with a problem, they tell you that you have a problem, and then you go home and you come back saying that you have a problem. It's circular. Mac Daddy resubscribed for 6 months. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hey, happy Wednesday right back to you. Excited for the stream today, Henry. Hope you had an awesome 4th of July. I did. Roast beef and I made fish hot dogs, and they were great. Fish franks. You can see the video. Calamari Juice Cup has resubscribed for 4 months, along with Midnight Faded at Tier 3 for 8 months. Today's a big day, and Midnight Faded is definitely on our Tier 3 board, and we just added Frank the Tank, 936 or something. So thanks, Frank the Tank. It's Kate X. Thanks for rating us with your viewers. And Calamari Juice Cup. Yeah, I think that mostly catches us up. Nella tipped $1 and says the. Maybe that was the beginning of a sentence and it didn't finish, but or maybe that was the whole thing. Boss 3K, do you think a poltergeist could have turned on your humidifier during the night? And do you believe in ghosts? Boss 3K, yes, that's a very real possibility, and I want to tell a quick story. I wasn't a believer in ghosts, but I had a neighbor one time ask if she could use my bathroom because there was something wrong with her bathroom. And I said, okay, as long as you're not going to do number 2. And she laughed and said, of course not. That would be rude. So she went in to use my bathroom, but she was in there for 15 minutes and I heard water running and I heard the toilet flushing multiple times. And when she walked out, she said, it's weird. I was just doing number 1, but I was having a problem. And I was like, oh, that's okay. And then she left and I walked into my bathroom and it just smelled like fresh poo. It just smelled like somebody had just taken a poo in there, but she told me that she didn't. So I can only assume it was a ghost. What, do we think somebody else went in there and pooed? It's impossible. So yeah, Robert Tables says ghost poop. It's the only explanation. Big Goofy Shrimp, my dad died in a freak humidifier accident. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And there's a question mark at the end, so maybe you're not sure whether that happened? Trooper Gaddy says, is it possible she was a man? That is a possibility, because we all know that women don't poop, but men do, I guess, is the implication. Pug Lady 2600 says, hi, Henry. Just curious, does roast beef like dogs? He's not against them. We've had situations where I've brought a dog over and roast beef just kind of stared cautiously, but generally speaking, he's not against them. Let's check in on roast beef right now. Oh yeah, so I think there's a little bit of sunlight peeking through the window because it is, after all, daytime, and roast beef is not a fan of the daytime, so he likes to cover his eyes with his hand. So that's what's happening there. Nothing too interesting on that front. Okay, JSBX fan says he needs a sleep mask. Yeah, that would be probably one of the most adorable things ever. And if I were a pandering social media content creator, I would probably put on a face mask for him so that I could increase the viewership levels. And I actually would, but I don't have a face mask. But we've done other things like that. Okay, well, I think everything's working. We've got sound. I'm going to be scattered here today because I was spending so much time working on the microphone that I wasn't able to arrange all my ingredients. In fact, let's see here. I'm going to... Oh, boy. I'm going to go to our recipe. I'm sorry to do this. I have to check my email because I emailed it to myself. Letter from Experian saying that my credit score went down. Great. I didn't even want to see stuff like that. I just wanted to find the email that I have. Okay. Past due on my AT&T bill. Okay. There it is. Okay. Homemade French fries. And now I'm going to grab a picture. And we are going to upload it. This is what we made last time. And voila. This is what we're going to make today. Hank Boozle says you got to get up pretty in the morning to compliment before me. Sorry, I read that terribly. Hank Boozle says you got to get up pretty early in the morning to compliment before me. Well, that's nice. That means you give a lot of compliments and other people have to get up really early because you give them early in the morning. I think that's positive. Lowa69420 says, Henri, are you going to cook the potato with the shell? No, I try to avoid the shell. I don't think it's good. Computer, is it bad to eat the shell on the French fries?
From healthline.com. As they're fibrous and indigestible, the shells may damage your digestive tract.
Yeah, we're gonna avoid the. We're gonna work around the shells. Everyone type Forson says Hank complimented your apron earlier. Oh, well, that's very nice. And Tar Heel Cole 13 says, hi Henry, I hope you're feeling as beautiful as you look this fine Wednesday. That's very nice of you. I feel good. I look good. And things are really going well for me. I do want to say that wasn't exactly true in any of those statements, but also don't forget September 21st, guys. Danny's Pub in Naperville, Illinois. We're going to be doing a show, Henry's Kitchen show. And if you want tickets, you go to henryphillips.com. And also, I'm going to be doing in August 2nd and 3rd, Park City, Utah, as part of the art festival that they have there. I'm going to be doing 2 theater shows. It's going to be a night of comedy, and it's going to be great. And then the other thing I want to say is that, and I don't know if I'm allowed to announce this yet, but just save the date. If you live anywhere in the Northeast region, in New England or maybe near New York City or any of those places, save the date, October 11th, and then I'll announce what it is eventually. So, okay, well, let's maybe do some songs here, some music. We've got a couple of requests, so let's do a check. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. We're going to do a song that was requested to us here on the Discord by none other than JV's Tech. JV's Tech. And JV's Tech, I'm trying to think if there was a picture from JV's Tech this time around. There wasn't, but there was indeed a picture from Nico Tezo, which looks to be someplace in Japan, and it looks awesome. So why don't we use this as the background for our song here. JV's Tech wanted to hear, well, there was a link to a punked out version of an 80s song called 99 Red Balloons, or 99 Luftballons for our German friends. And it was pretty good. It was by a band called Goldfinger. I can't really reproduce the punk version because of the limitations of the acoustic guitar and also my voice and all kinds of stuff. But I can do the song. We'll just have to pick a key that works. And but this song was requested by JV's Tech. Let's see here. There's only 4 chords throughout the whole thing, which makes it easy. D, E minor, G, A, throughout the whole thing. But that's the way the 80s were. It was about simplicity, minimalism. This one goes out to the one I love, just several times, over and over again. Was that the 80s or maybe the early 90s? I don't remember. But anyway... Hast du etwas Zeit für mich? Okay, so that's the wrong lyrics. We're going to have to go to the English version. This was by an artist named Nena. You can hear the guitar. Okay. Here we go. Kairosa says, I wonder which English translation. I'm not sure. Moochie's Nirvana just, it looks like posted 99 Luftballons as emojis. But I don't have the time to count them. Let's see, there's 6 columns and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Computer, what's 17 times 6?
17 times 6 is 102.
Yep, but there's actually 3 missing, so it actually comes out to exactly 99. Excellent. Thank you. That's why Mochi's Nirvana is a VIP user for going the extra mile and giving us 99 balloons. Okay, here we go. Buy a bag of balloons with the money we got. That doesn't fit. But remember, this is translated from another language. Set them free at the break of dawn, till one by one they were gone. Back at base, bugs in the software flash the message, something's out there floating in the summer sky. 99 red balloons go by. Okay, so when they say back at base, I think they're talking about a military base, and I'm not sure which country they're talking about. This is Germany, who for a long time was not allowed to have a military, but that, of course, has changed, and I think Germany currently has one of the highest expenditures of military operations of any other European country. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But, or don't, I don't know. But I just also want to catch people up here. This was during a time where people got really scared. People were scared about how, remember there was a movie called War Games where one little flap of a butterfly's wings could eventually cause nuclear annihilation. But fortunately, we don't feel that way anymore. And B-Dog donated $7. Thank you, B-Dog. Okay. 99 red balloons floating in the summer sky. Panic bells, it's red alert. There's something here from somewhere else. The war machine springs to life, opens up one eager eye, focusing it on the sky where 99 red balloons go by. JSBX fan says, can Weekend at Bernie's really happen? All those 80s movies were wild. Yeah, no, I think about those, or like The Breakfast Club. Is it possible that we could imagine a universe where a real thing like that could happen? That's terrifying. 99 Decision Street, 99 ministers meet to worry, super scurry, call the troops out in a hurry. I went way too high with this. This is what we've waited for. This is it, boys, this is war. The president is on the line as 99 red balloons go by. I gotta find, you know what, let's do a key change here. 99 nights of the air, ride super high-tech jet fighters. There's a lot of real authentic military lingo in this song. Everyone's a superhero, everyone's a Captain Kirk, with orders to identify, clarify and classify, scramble in the summer sky, 99 red balloons go by. Here's the ending. How's it going to end? Is it going to end in nuclear destruction? Well, it was the 80s, so probably, yeah. 99 dreams I have had, and every one a red balloon. It's all over and I'm standing pretty in this dust that once was a city. If I could find a souvenir just to prove the world was here, and here is a red balloon. I think of you and let it go. I'm sure in German that rhymed and it was more effective of an ending, but basically, I don't understand the ending. Let's end it with the chorus. 99 red balloons go by. Borsenvin says that my voice sounds like an angel. Thank you, that's very nice. Pancake King says we were 2 minutes from midnight. Yeah. Delicious. And that was a song by Iron Maiden, 2 minutes to midnight. But I think the Doomsday Clock actually is closer now. Just another way in which 80s songs haven't really aged very well. 2 minutes to midnight sounds not that bad. Computer, how close to the Doomsday Clock are we to zero?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the Doomsday Clock, created to illustrate how close humanity has come to the end of the world, moved its time in 2023 to 90 seconds to midnight, 10 seconds closer than it has been for the past 3 years.
Computer, stop. All right. I don't want to depress everybody, but yeah, Iron Maiden, like we wish that we could go back to the Iron Maiden days when it was only 2 minutes to midnight. Rival gifted a tier 1 sub to Thrill House. Thank you very much, Rival. And JB's Tech cheered 690 bits. Thank you, Henry. It sounded great, and thanks for the extra info. Thanks, JB's Tech. I'm sure that one of the things you like about that song is all of the military lingo that they drop in there, like for example, bells. I didn't realize that. I always thought it was sirens or something that would go off, but it says panic bells. I guess that's what they have on these military bases. That actually sounds kind of pleasant. Okay, let's go ahead and do another song. And thank you, Nico Tezo, for this awesome picture, presumably from your travels. What else do we got here? Crush with Eyeliner wanted to give us a cool backdrop for a rock and roll concert. This is from the Rolling Stones. Very cool. Caffeinated Cat says, Henry, are allergies coming for you as well in LA? We've been having the same issue at the office. Well, I've had them off and on for the last couple weeks. At the moment, I just kind of have this sort of a cough that I think was from a humidifier going off unintended in the middle of the night. I just hope roast beef is okay. I think he's just kind of over everything, if you ask me. Let's go through a couple of these pictures. We do have to cook, and after all, that's why we're here, so I don't want to spend too much time. LolWa69 sends us a screenshot here. This, of course, Hillary Clinton, presidential candidate, and I'm sure since it's very common that there's conspiracy theories around the Clintons in general, that some of our conspiracy theorists will say that this picture has significance, that you can see a picture over there to the right, and maybe JSBX fan says, is this cribs at Hillary's house? It could be that. But yeah, no, I think this is probably Epstein's house. That's my guess. And this is where Epstein hosted the Clintons one time. Okay. Let's move on. Thank you, LolWa69. And also I want to thank Blurry Little Quest for giving us this cool background picture for our opening art. This is an old one, but it's a goodie. It's got a lot of Henry's Kitchen going on there. It's got roast beef in his younger days when he was a little bit more spry, but he's still lying down, but his eyes are open at least. And also the apron. Okay, let's go ahead now. Warmer gives us this one from Norway. Very interesting. Okay, Norway looks like a beautiful place. I've never been. Is it are there, I know Kalla is from, Kallikus is right there. You're from generally the Nordic area. I'm sure you've been to Norway, and is it as beautiful? I don't think I've ever seen one picture from Norway that doesn't look absolutely stunningly beautiful. Like, do they have, I guess, a ghetto, for example, or one of these places that's economically disadvantaged? Because it looks like it's pretty cool, everything that I see. Kallikus says Norway is amazing. Okay. Passion Error cheered 100. Thank you, Passion Error. And let's see what our stream alerts are here. Beelzebub gifted a tier 1 sub to Piss Baby. Thank you so much, Beelzebub, and thank you, Piss Baby, for all that you do. And Passion Error, thanks again. Rival gifted a tier 1 sub to Thrill House NW. JV's Tech cheered 690 bits. Thrill House NW gifted a tier 1 sub to Rival. And B-Dog tipped $6.99. B-Dog, thank you so much for that. I heard Mark Norman say that Key West was like jizz hanging off Florida's balls. That sounds like something he might say. Being also a VIP user, I wondered if you related to that. Key West. Maybe geographically, you're talking about the way it looks in the aerial view or on the map. Yeah, I could see that. I'm certainly not going to disagree, especially since you tipped $6.99. Thank you so much, B-Dog. And Beelzebub gifted a tier 1 sub to Everyone Type Forsen. Thank you, Beelzebub. And Pug Lady resubscribed for 12 months and says, just curious, does roast beef left? Oh, okay, so that catches us up. And Duza resubscribed for 21 months. All right. All right, everybody, it's time. We're getting off a little bit. And it's time to do another song. So I'm going to pull up. This picture is absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Blurry Little Quest. Oh, no. Thank you, Warmer, for sending us that one. But we're going to change it up to... let's see, Nan Aikson. Nan Aikson says this is the kitchen where they learned how to cook. It's very cool. It's a very nice kitchen. Beelzebub gifted a tier 1 sub to Costco membership. Thank you, Beelzebub, for gifting that sub to Costco. Hopefully Costco will start watching our stuff. I'm trying to think if this is the best background. No, I'm going to do, there's one more background picture that was submitted. I'm going to use that one. But this is great. Thank you, Nanakeson, for showing us the kitchen that you learned to cook in. We're going to use the Yaminators picture from Canada and the Northern Lights. And we're going to do a song that was requested to us by Phaedrus that is called... oh boy. The Heart of Rock and Roll by an artist called Huey Lewis and the News. So, without further ado, let's try to do this song. This one's a real rocker, so get ready. This is going to rock your pants right off. Okay, Borsenvin says, can we not do the kitchen tonight? I'm really not feeling it tonight. Borsenvin, I'm never feeling the kitchen. You can always turn it off, but we have to, because that's basically what we do here at Henry's Kitchen, is we do the kitchen. And by we, I mean myself and my cat, Roast Beef. Okay, Here we go. The heart of rock and roll. I hope you're ready to rock. New York is everything they say. No place I'd rather be. Where else can you do 500,000 drugs all at 2:45? When they play their music, oh, modern music, they back it with a lot of style. But it's still that same old backstreet rhythm that really, really drives them wild. My eyesight is just terrible, and this song's really a fast rocker, so I'm having a hard time. They say the heart of rock and roll is still beating, and it's too low. What I seen, I believe them. Now the old boy may be barely breathing, but the heart of rock and roll is still beating. Boy, I'm in some different key. This sucks right here. If anybody wants to know what sucks, this definitely sucks. We're gonna have to find a key. We're gonna have to improve this situation. I didn't have time to go through this song. I thought I'd be able to go through it because I grew up with this song, but turns out no. Let's see here. Let's try. I'm going to change the key on the thing. Let's move it to G7 here. LA, Hollywood and the Sunset Strip is something that everyone should see. Neon lights and the pretty, pretty girls all dress so scantily. When they play their music, their hard rockin' music, they like it with a lot of flash. But it's still that same old backstreet rhythm that really, really kicks them in the ass. They say the heart of rock and roll is still beating, and from what I've seen, I believe them. Now the old boy may be barely breathing, but the heart of rock and roll is still beating. This is better. He names every city in the United States. That's some trivia about that. DC, San Antonio, and Liberty Town, Boston, Baton Rouge, Tulsa, Austin, Oklahoma City, Seattle, San Francisco too, Naperville, Park City, South Bend, Evansville, Indiana, Fairfield, Connecticut, Glendale, California. They say the heart of rock and roll is still beating, and from what I've seen, I believe them. Now the old boy may be barely breathing. It gave me the wrong chords. That was not my fault. It gave me the wrong chords. They say the heart of rock and roll is still beating, and from what I've seen, I believe them. Now the old boy may be barely breathing, but the heart of rock and roll is still beating. All right, I'm gonna stop because this isn't really going very well, and it's not completely my fault. No, yeah, you can see. I know it sounds like I'm blaming the tabs, but if you go to Ultimate Guitar Tabs, the Heart of Rock and Roll, you can see that the final chorus has completely different chords. It goes to the G on the old boy, whereas traditionally it was the B flat. Those are very different chords. So you get what you pay for, you know. I've never paid anything. I've just had to put up with ads with this software. All right, everybody, I think it's time to cook. Here, let's go ahead and put the guitar away. I think it failed us today, and I blame the microphone mostly. All right. Furikura Fan 4 says, can you play Nobody's Birthday by Jose Suicidio? Yeah. Is it your birthday? I'm always going to do a little birthday song. This is a birthday song for Furikuru Fan 4. It's nobody's birthday. No need for candles on the cake. It's nobody's birthday. It was just a big mistake. It's nobody's birthday. Oh boy. Oh gosh. No need to open up the door, 'cause it's nobody's birthday but Furikuri Fan 4. Happy birthday, Furikuri Fan 4. Sorry I had a hard time rhyming with your name, but it was kind of on the spot. All right, everybody, we got to do some cooking. Let's do this. I think I told everybody that I herniated a flactoid muscle while I was trying to bring my cantaloupe home for a recipe that didn't even have cantaloupe. So I'm just a little off put in general. This hurts. I'm just kind of a mess, I guess. Oh, straighten this out a little bit. Okay, everybody. Well, welcome to the kitchen. This is where we do the work. I'm hoping that this isn't going to be too much work, because I just kind of generally, similar to roast beef, I'm just kind of generally over the entire situation. But I know that we have a job to do. And like Paul McCartney said, when you got a job to do, you got to do it right. Hank Boozle says, sorry to hear about your fucktoid. I don't know if that's a muscle, really. I'd have to check out which exact muscle that I strained. Okay. Grizz the Platman says, man, I strained my BOFA tendon this weekend and it's killer. Yeah, I've heard the term BOFA. I don't remember which muscle that is, but Liberdarius says, Live and Let Die is a great song and a great movie. Yeah, those were the good old days. Grizz the Platman says, it's around these nuts. Okay. Oh, it's around the nuts. Quiet Life, Henry, are you more into ketchup, mayo, mustard, or relish with your French fries? I think I'm good with any of those. You know, that's a great way to segue into what we're doing here. I don't have all my ingredients ready, but all you really are going to need is a couple of what they call russet potatoes. Now, you can actually make enough French fries with just one of these. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make one, and I'll put the other one in the fridge. And what you want to do, we're going to have to rinse it. Computer, how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
Sebby's7 says, Henry, how long have you been cooking for? I've been cooking for about 8 years now, but I've been teaching it since 2011, which is more like 13 years. Okay. This is a very important tool to have in your arsenal. It's called a potato peeler. I've had this in my kitchen for years and never knew what it was supposed to be for. But now I watched a YouTube video, and this is what it is. You skin the outside. Be very careful, you don't want to cut your finger. I had a situation where I cut this area right in between my two fingers there, and it seems to have mostly healed. Oh boy, this is hard to do with a herniated flactoid. I know you guys have questions. We're going to get to them. But first, let's just go ahead and peel. If anybody's into statistics, we can pull up our statistics. We have 235 viewers. Welcome, everybody. If you're just joining us, we are making homemade Wholesome French fries. And the reason that we're making our own French fries is because they're going to be tasty, but not anywhere near as unhealthy as the ones they serve in fast food restaurants. We talked earlier about how fast food French fries is the number 2 killer of Americans in general. And I think the number 1 is like the double quarter pounder with cheese or something. Okay, there we go. We're mostly there. I don't even like to have these little blemishes on there. Try to get it completely clean if possible. But I think that's going to be okay. All right, so now we want to grab a cutting knife. This one should do. I should probably put on some type of protection. I'll put on the UV glove, because not only does the UV glove protect us from fire, but it's fire retardant, and it's also knife retardant. So let's go ahead and cut the ends off first. Now, we've all had French fries before, so we should know what they're supposed to look like. I'm going to cut this into 4 sheets, if you will. And we're going to try to make them as square as possible. I know you guys have questions. JSBX fan says the river bison required for potato shaving. The river bison. River bison, what does that mean? Reverb is on. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. Check 1. That was a little code there. We don't want to ever say something direct here. We want to make sure that it's encrypted in case the government's listening. Parasitosis says, I see you are a Team Y peeler. Fuck swivel peelers. Yeah, I'm not even sure what a swivel peeler is, but yeah, I'm a Team Y for sure. Looks like I'm making more than 4 of these. That's good. Okay. Now we want to cut these into their own individual French fries, French fry form. Are we going to be able to make French fries out of this? I don't know. It's rounded. It's the end. So I'm not going to focus on that one now. What we have now is 4 beautiful sheets of raw potato. And now we want to cut them into fry form. So I think I could probably get about 4 French fries from each one of these. The other good thing about cooking your own French fries is that you don't have to deal with going outside and having to talk to people. Okay. There's this. I think we are mostly there. Yeah, these look like French fries. I think I'm just going to discard these because they're... maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'll leave them in there. I don't like to waste food if I can avoid it. In terms of the scrappings, you could use those to either water your plants or fertilize your garden. Okay, so let's remove the of glove. Shell Creeper says, the French. That's got to be a reference to Orson Welles. Piss Baby, can you slow down? I have you on 3 screens, and I still can't keep up. It's okay. After the video goes live, you can go to the Twitch channel, and you can watch the DVD of it, and that way you can rewind it and stuff. Caitlin's Kitchen says, make sure to plant the fries in soil so you can grow more potatoes and continue the cycle. Yeah, that's a little hack that we cooking explainers know. If you only have 1 potato, you can plant it and it's going to turn into multiple potatoes. It's going to take a while though, so you can't really do it for a recipe that night. But you can save a lot of money by gardening in general. Coyote Zappa 7 says, when are we getting Henry's Kitchen on VHS? I think we're going to have to work on that. That sounds like a good idea. Okay, let's grab a work bowl. And I'm happy to announce that I did find my work bowl. Computer, set timer for 7 minutes.
7 minutes, starting now.
Okay. Now, I am not going to be using the oven for this. I'm going to be using an air fryer because we're having a heat wave. Did you hear that? I'm not in Palm Springs, but Palm Springs is 121 degrees today. That's just too fucking hot. But Palm Springs is a beautiful place to go indoors where there's air conditioning and have yourself a lovely tiki type cocktail. Okay. Bebo Bobo says, isn't that enough to cook you? Yeah. I think you could probably set an egg down on the sidewalk and it would probably be cooked. Maybe even taste good if you had some seasonings. Caffeinated Kath, right, it's been so hot here in LA as well. Yeah. I think it's supposed to be 95 here today, or maybe even 97. So yeah, it's very hot. Okay. Caitlin's Kitchen says Henry's Kitchen, but Henry gets cooked as a final episode. Not a bad idea. But you know, I've tried to do final episodes before, but the demand comes right back. And I have to go back to it. We also have some other comments here. Red Rum 3567 says mid-90s in Colorado is plenty of heat for me. Hundreds would make me want to die. Yeah, and it might make you die if you were hiking or something. Quiet Life says, Henry, are you from the deep fryer or the air fryer school? I don't like the deep fryer. We have done that, and you can see my video. I think it was my egg rolls, Southwestern egg rolls, where I was trying to make the chili style egg rolls, and I used a deep fryer. Very difficult. Also my cheese curds. And I forgot to put cheese in them, which was another problem. Wumdinger says, hey, I'm also in Colorado High. So maybe you guys can hook up. Kumba Justero just resubscribed for 5 months. Let's see how we're doing on the alerts here. In general, Kumba Justero, thank you very much. Borsum been gifted a tier 1 sub to Lolwas 69420. Very cool. A lot of great contributions today, and I appreciate it. If you're into statistics, we have 467 subscribers. Right on. Followers 44,950, which always perplexes me. For one thing, we only have less than 1% of that many people actually watching. And then the other thing is that we've been sitting there for so long. It's just really difficult. It wasn't hard to get to that first 20,000 or whatever, 30,000, but then it just sort of peaked. I blame my cat Roast Beef because earlier in the stream he was doing more cute stuff like playing with the box flap and knocking stuff down. Now all he does is sleep, and that's not going to be good for viewership. All you have to do is look at a picture if that's all you're after. Okay, so let's see what this recipe is. This is called homeboy.com, and it's home cooked meals, and this is home fries. Breaking news, you can make homemade fries in the oven. Not doing the oven, we're going to do the air fryer. Computer, how much time left?
You have 3 minutes left on your 7-minute timer.
Okay, so we're going to have to show a quick ad in a little bit, but we can get through it. After slicing, baking, salting more potatoes than I care to count, I have for you a foolproof method for how to make French fries crispy in the oven. Okay? The best baked fries you'll ever eat. No more compromising texture for the sake of making baked French fries healthy. Pull out your spuds and get your dip ready. And yeah, this guy's just talking for a long time. We're going to have to skip over all this. Get to the recipe itself. Okay. 3 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil. I don't have olive oil. I spilled mine. So we're going to use canola, which I think is fine. Don't forget, every cap for every item that you're going to have in the kitchen is always exactly 1 tablespoon. Sometimes it won't look like it because it's different shapes. But these are indeed tablespoons. Now, I like a lot of oil, so I'm going to go ahead and put an extra one on there. Okay. Now, it's time to do a little bit of seasoning here. So, want a little salt and pepper. Nothing difficult about that. Can't find anything. Ugh. I've got some fresh kosher cracked peppercorns here. These are fancy from the Whole Foods market, Whole Foods food brand called 365. You can have it 365 days a year. Okay, lots of pepper. And be generous with your salt. Remember, no matter how much salt we put, we're not going to even possibly do as much as they put on a McDonald's French fry. Okay, I think in terms of spices, I'm also going to enjoy a little bit of one of my favorite ingredients, the stoked paprika. If I can find it. Yep. I also have some chipotle, crushed chipotle, but I'm not going to use that. Computer, stop. Okay. We're going to add some of this stuff. This is going to make it nice and smoked flavory tasting. Okay. And now we're going to mix them up with our hands. Remember to always wash your hands after you touch food when you're making it for somebody. Lowa69420 says, can I also add some cumin? Would that work? I mean, I don't think that I think you probably could. It's just a different flavor. I don't like to add too many flavors in the French fries. Squelching Thud says, do you have any accent? Add accent. No, I don't, unfortunately. But that, I think I have used that stuff before, and it sounds good. All right, I got to rinse my hands here. We need to do a 3-minute ad. And the way this is going to work, I'll explain. I'm going to show the ad, and the unsubscribers will be able to see it. Oh, the pre-roll is on. I already screwed up. Okay, we're going to show a 3-minute ad, and then we're going to all come back. But if you're a subscriber, you won't see an ad. But I just don't want anybody to miss anything. Here we go. So everybody can hear me and see me, and everything's working on a technical level, correct? Bibo Bobo says, ever made a poop sandwich, Henry? No, doesn't sound appetizing. Love Litchi, yep, all working fine. Realm Heart, unfortunately, we can see you. Yes, okay. Huh. Kitchen Hat, this kitchen stuff is grueling, Henry. Yeah, it is very much so. The Chunks, everything is working on a technical level. Yes. JSPX fan Henry, what's that about reuniting with the Amtrak chef? No, I'm not. I don't want anybody who's not watching the show because they have to watch ads. I don't want them to think that we're talking about anything interesting or exciting in any way. This is supposed to be very boring content right now because otherwise people will feel left out. Squelching Thud, could you please be really careful in the kitchen today? Yeah, I will be. I will be very much so. Okay, we've got 1.5 minutes. JSBX fan Henry, I didn't know you did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. No, I didn't. I think JSBX fan's trying to troll the non-subs. Frappuccino Monkey says, if Henry was truly concerned about the heat wave, he would cook his fries in the microwave. Yeah, that's tricky though, because I think they would come out soggy. I'm not cooking right now, I'm just getting things ready. Noisy noise, Luftballons. That song is going to be stuck in my head until the day I die. Lowa69420, I'm an unsub. How am I still seeing this? Doesn't make sense. Yeah, no, the whole thing, the whole interface is flawed. Nothing makes sense. Nothing works. We're just sort of in this weird technocratic dystopia. Tar Heel Cole 13, if Henry was truly concerned about the heat wave, he would have used his hot breath to heat the fries. It's most organic. I didn't know that was the thing that you could do. Okay, how we doing? Okay, we got 10 seconds before the unsubs come back. Caitlin's Kitchen says, how much fries could an air fryer fry if an air fryer could fry fries? I think that sounds like a childhood riddle. And I think there's probably an answer to that, but I'm not sure. Okay, here we go. Quiet Life says, Henry, don't forget to cook your fries twice. It makes them much more crispier. Okay, that's a good note. Okay, here we go. Mega Gildy says, if Henry truly cared about the heat wave, he would be throwing his ice in the ocean to cool it. Okay, it sounds like I'm being verbally assaulted in a way that I don't quite understand. Honky Tonk, could cook fries twice is thrice as nice. All right, everybody's just kind of gone off the rails at this point. It's like everybody's just lost their minds. I'm going to go ahead and continue here. We're going to go to our air fryer. So this is a unique air fryer situation. If you hold it this way, then it goes all the way to the bottom. But because of these tabs, if you put it in, it stays. Yeah, there. See how it stays halfway up, and that's what you want. So now we want to just lay out our fries. You want to make sure that each fry has space to breathe during the cooking process. the last thing you're going to want to do is bunch these fries all so that they're touching each other. Very important that they don't touch. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a fucked up bunch of fries that are worthless. You'll feel bad about yourself. You'll start getting into old habits like drinking excessively. Okay, we seem to have a problem because I am running out of room. So I might have to break my own rule here and actually let the French fries touch just a little bit, but not too much. But it's the only way that we're going to be able to do this here. 99 left balloons. And top it off with a little baby French fry there. And there we have it. Okay, so these look good. Let's put this in our air fryer situation. And we're going to set it for 15 minutes. And let's do 400 degrees, make it nice and hot. Now the nice thing about the air fryer is if you're on a hot day like today, you don't have to worry about getting the whole place all hot. Mochi's Nirvana says, on my phone, as my cast kept turning the power, strip off. Oh, maybe your cats. Strip off, thus turning my PC off. Oh my goodness. Borsenvin donated $9.90. Borsenvin, thank you so much for all that you contribute. This is very kind of you. And it says, Henry, I am a twice now uncle. Yay. Little Valentin, my nephew. Woo. Awesome. Valentin. That sounds like a very awesome name for a nephew. Congratulations, Borsenvin, and thank you for being our resident Frenchman here on the Henry's Kitchen platform, or whatever. Kumba Justero resubscribed for 5 months. Thank you so much. And that brings us up to date. Maybe this would be a good time for us to do our song. This is a song that goes out to all of the users here on Henry's Kitchen, and I mean you. So let's find a good key. I think we could probably do it with the 99 Red Balloons song, which is still going through my head.
Fucking dingo bop dom beef hot bear 1110. Do dingle doggle Dr. Flanges and Bacchus. Also Shane, yes, Beelzebub. Mochi's Nirvana, it's Kate Kairosa. Daisy Blossom, Sir Doom, Bumble Vision, the LGX, Pilskman, Melon 95, Nymphorson and Moon, XQC and Emerald. S Fan Bonnie, don't forget Quanto, Mochi's Nirvana, Dazzle Cat, Blurry Little Quest, and Borsenvin, Ransom GR, ICG Frog, Freezy Frog, Pancake King 2, Cat Food Taste Tester, Passion Error, Computer Help, Everyone Tech Force, Nova Blarian Tankard, and Borsenvin, Ella with JB's Tech, Clap Your Head, Archmage Gale, Mochi's Nirvana, Sickly Boy, High 134, Chi. We really probably should do an audit on these at some point, because it's getting pretty long. Acidy Test, Moa Melody, E-Lake _ Sexy Daddy 420, Maros _ Nella Wallen, JSBX Fan, Midnight Faded, Michael Buble 4422, Piss Baby, Mugman, Hoshin, Frank the Tank 936, Gary UC, ASMR, Zodiac Tone, Beelzebub, Handlips 1, Computer Please Fart for Me, Burrito 555555, Purple Donut Filling beans, fruit, parasitosis, saguaro, underscore, ooze, odd bait, and toke my nuts. I think there's a reason this show isn't on actual TV. Game Master Flash, Johnny Pump 22, the Chironex, Dennis Orton, Nico Teso, Henry Philippopoulos, Shandis 2, Gayfish 69, and wow, JB's Tech just donated $69. That is an amazing tip. Thank you so much. This is one of the only times I can get away with doing this. Thanks for making my favorite food, Henry. Well, that's very kind of you, JB's Tech. Your generosity and that of the users has allowed us to do this for more than 2 years now, and I'm just very excited about that. Thanks for doing that. I think we're gonna have to shake our fries, but Bill Larkin music, and also Chef Reactions, The Toilie, and some other friends. And don't forget Quanto. Okay, everybody. Thank you, the users of Henry's Kitchen, for just for being there, because if it weren't for you, I would just be some guy in front of his camera in his kitchen by himself, which I kind of technically am, I guess. But I think it's time to shake these fries. I think that was a song by Debbie Gibson. Shake these fries. We're gonna need some knife. What can we use here? I'm gonna use another cutting knife for this. We need to flip. Shaking is not enough, because sometimes you shake it and then you find that they just shook back into the same position that they were in. Boy, this is gonna be tedious to watch, I'll be honest with you on that one. I'm getting better at it as I go. I gotta say, it smells a little bit like McDonald's fries. So if you want to avoid doing all this work, you could just go buy fries. But that's just sort of too easy, you know? I think, computer, how many calories in one large French fries from McDonald's?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, per the McDonald's website, a large order of French fries has 490 calories.
Yeah, so that's like 1/4 of your calories for the whole day if you're on a 2,000 calorie a day diet. So you eat 4 bags of French fries. You don't have to eat for the whole rest of the day, which in a way is kind of good if you're on the go, I guess. Just doesn't seem healthy. Boy, flipping these things is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life. And I've had to do some hard things. I've had to lose loved ones to fatal diseases and audited by the IRS at one point. But this is definitely up there. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this back in. And that's going to continue on. I know you guys have questions. We're going to get to them. Lowa69420 says, does McDonald's use beef tallow to fry their fries? I don't know what beef tallow is. JSBX fan says, let's play the memory game. And I think you're absolutely right. We're going to play the memory game. And there is a very specific reason for that. Mark Cohen, the developer, our resident developer here at Henry's Kitchen, developed this game, but he said that he thinks that the game was not working properly when I did it when I got 26, because he thinks it's almost impossible. So we're going to put that to the test now. Let me just try to set this up here. It's never easy. It's always difficult. How do you do this? I know we can figure this out. Hold on, everybody. Everybody just kind of hold on to your horses, if you will. Boy, I could really use Quanto's help, but Quanto is off breeding a family at the moment. Not sure what's happening here. Something's not working. Hold on. Can you hear me and see me? Okay, I'm going to go into studio mode. I'm going to push crop. Okay. And then I'm going to go to capture. This is unbelievable. Absolutely no reason why this shouldn't be working. Oh, I think it is now. I think I got it. Sorry, everybody. This was a nightmare. Okay, I think we got it. Okay, so everybody's there. No, it's okay. I'm glad you asked for it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this game now. All right, so you should see something in front of you that says run game. This is going to be a memory game. It's very similar to the game Simon, but it's Henry's Kitchen themed. So any similarity to Simon is completely coincidental. We are gaming. Okay. Maybe it's not working. Boy, that would be kind of awful. Maybe there's a problem. But the good news is our French fries will be done soon. What does it mean when it's just a spinning circle? Does that mean that does this game run in Flash? Yeah. I am the problem, Parasitosis says. Refresh. Yeah, I tried to refresh. Run game. No, there's something wrong. It says download, but I don't know. I've never done it that way. We've always just done it this way. Wholesome says it means Mark didn't pay for the domain website. Well, we had it before. I don't think that's it, because then it wouldn't even say run game. Okay, well, unfortunately, after all that build-up, I don't think we're going to be able to do the game. Furikura Fan 4 brings up a good point and says, well, maybe the game is to remember how to start the game. I could download the game, but we're going to have to do that another time, because then I got to figure out how to find the window for that. All right, everybody. Well, I'm sorry that didn't work. Well, we'll get it working by Sunday. Let's see what our French fries are looking like. Oh. I think these might be ready. I had them in there for 15 minutes, but to be honest with you, these look pretty ready. So I'm going to go ahead and grab now a plate. You can use any type of plate for this. I'm going to use a green plate. And we're going to grab some a spatula of some sort. Well, I think these look like pretty respectable fries. I don't see that there's any room for error here. Not only do these look great, but they smell good. How do you turn that off? I'm pushing off. It's literally on off. This thing is, oh, there it is, okay. All right, so what are we gonna top this with? Or what are we gonna use as our side sauce? I'm gonna unplug that annoying, why is it doing that? Well, let's see what we've got here. You know what we've got? Oh my goodness. This stuff is the shit. Stubbs barbecue sauce from Stubbs in Austin, Texas. If you've ever been to Austin, you got to go to Stubbs and take in an awesome country and western live band and have some of their barbecue. It's really good. People say, oh, Stubbs is just tourist type stuff. Well, guess what? I'm a tourist, and I'm the kind of guy who wants to go to Stubbs. So there you go. Caffeinated Kath, who watches from work, says, Henry, we have a poll at the office. Which is the best haircut, the bowl cut or the rat tail or the monk cut? I would probably go with the rat tail. I had a rat tail for a little bit. I've had them all. I had a bowl cut when I was a kid, and I also had a mullet. I'm not sure what a monk is, but you just reminded me. Why don't we go ahead now and just play a little bit of this exclusive video. It's only 2 minutes long of unreleased. Here, I'm going to get rid of the reverb there. I also have to mute the desktop audio. Okay. Check. A Quiet Life says a curly mullet is not bad either. Well, there's a couple videos here. I could show a quick video of me with the mullet that a lot of you have seen. We would simply go to the my audition video from when I was trying to be an actor back in the 90s. You could watch this, I suppose.
I've just seen this new movie called The Stuff, and I've got to tell you, I've got to tell someone. It was so frightening, so scary, it made the hair stand up on the back of my neck. You see, the stuff turns people like you and me into monsters. It was horrifying. It gives me the shakes just thinking about it.
That's
Seeing
a
The
mullet.
Stuff is going to be the most terrifying experience you've ever had at the movies. But don't take my word for it. You're just going to have to see the stuff for yourself.
And then I messed up the last line and I didn't get it. So JSBX fan says Henry could have been in the Brat Pack. Yeah, I'm glad I avoided that. I don't know if you guys saw the movie, but Andrew McCarthy was very traumatized by the fact that he didn't have a career after making many mega budget movies. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Oh yeah, we've got the Highwayman. So hold on, hold your horses here. I gotta say, I'm getting a little quicker navigating my way through all this stuff. This is the Highwayman. It's two minutes long. We'll use this while our fries are cooling down.
So, tell me about this dream that you've been having.
Well, I'm climbing up a ladder, and as I get toward the top, I look and I see my mother on the roof,
Sorry, everybody.
and she's wearing this giant boot.
It's a different aspect.
And when I reach the
ratio.
top of the ladder, she just kicks me in the face with her giant boot, and I can hear her laughing. What do you think a dream like that means?
Well, I think it's very clear what that means. You are worried about finances. Yeah? How are you with money?
Not very good, unfortunately.
It's a true story.
How much for this?
$3?
$3 for this piece of crap?
My favorite toy when I was a kid.
I'll give you $1 for it.
Jake, you haven't played with that thing in years. Just give it to the man.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Whoa, is that an original Roger Hawk from the G-Core line?
I don't know.
Those are hard to find. How much you want for it?
What's a fair offer?
$100 cash?
All right.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right, thanks, man.
Thank you.
In fact, I've always said that if I won $10 million in the lottery, I would give it out to everybody in America. Just everybody gets an equal portion. That way, everyone would have.
3 cents.
Is that all? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, there you have it. All right, well, everybody, look. We made some badass French fries. Badass. The way I said it, it sounds like I was saying they were bad and they were called ass French fries. But these are badass French fries. So let's go ahead and take one of them and dip it into our Stubbs barbecue sauce. Stubb is not a sponsor, but would sure like it if they were. All right, so let's take a bite. It's not untasty, especially with the Stubbs barbecue sauce. I'm a little worried about how floppy it is. They're not crispy. Maybe I could have left it in there a little longer. But certainly if you put them in the sauce, you get yourself some good Stubbs barbecue sauce. JSBX fan says maybe a few more minutes. Yeah. They're very, very floppy and they fall off of, they don't hold together. But that's okay. Quiet Life says, did you fry them twice? Well, no, I didn't. But isn't that the same as just leaving them in there longer? I don't understand the concept of frying them twice. Seems like you could fry them and then just put them back in the fryer immediately after, or you could just do it for that full amount of time. But it's making my head hurt thinking about it. Let's see what other alerts we got. It's too late, midnight faded, for me to put them back in there, I think. Let's take a look. We've got some alerts going on. What's happening? 4-Wheelers gifted a tier 1 sub to Quiet Life. Thank you very much, 4-Wheelers. And Caffeinated Cath cheered 100 bits. And again, JB's Tech, thank you so much for your generous donation. Kyrosa says the person below me is exempt from drinking a swig of water. And the person below him is Borsonvin. Speaking of water, I think I put too much salt on that. So I'm gonna have to put. Gonna have to have myself a drink of water. Everyone type Wholesome. Would you say this is a success? It was in that, yeah, they're nowhere near as good as the fries you get when you go to any restaurant, much less fast food places like McDonald's. So don't expect that. Don't expect something super tasty or with that consistency, but that's because they put chemicals in it. And also don't expect them to look like this. Well, I mean, theirs look a little bit better. I think mine are in the ballpark. Fabio tipped $10 and says, I fried my fries 10 times, chipped my tooth, and I often forget how dangerous the cooking can be. Yeah. Well, thank you again, Fabio. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but for tipping $10, that's very generous of you. And I want to say the kitchen is dangerous. Mochi's Nirvana, one of our VIP users, recently had an incident involving a glass pitcher. And Mochi, I hope you're recovering well. It does not sound like fun, but it's just a reminder that that the kitchen is very dangerous. It's a very dangerous place. This is not a place that you want to be, bonding with loved ones or kids or anything like that. This is hard work. Probably similar to working at a factory or an oil rig or something like that. You might lose fingers and stuff. But you work hard and you play hard. Quiet Life, where can I get a chainmail for my mouth? Some of the users have chainmail, and they got me a chainmail, so maybe they'll be able to help with that question. I'm not sure. I would imagine online. You can get anything online. But you want to make sure that it's a place that has that, because if you just walked into like a music store and said, can I get chainmail for my mouth? They'd be confused. Okay, everybody. Well, I think this was a success in that I'm very hungry and I'm going to eat it all, but it's not, French fries like you would get if you paid for them. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here at Henry's Kitchen. Sorry about a couple of technical problems. We're going to play the Mark Cohen memory game on Sunday for sure. And generally speaking, I'm going to be a little more prepared. I had a problem with the mic and it kind of threw me off. And wasn't able to run through the songs. That's why the Huey Lewis one ate so much shit when I was singing it. And thanks for all your contributions, and thanks for watching, basically. I just am very appreciative that you watched me cook my lunch today, and would love if you could do it again on Sunday at noon Pacific time. Once again, Danny's Pub in Naperville, Illinois, September 21st is going to be quite the get-together. We have a lot of users coming, and if you live anywhere near the Chicago area, definitely come out and see us. It's at henryphillips.com. You can get the tickets. And also coming right up here, August 2nd and 3rd, I'll be in Utah performing for the Arts Festival there. That's on henryphillips.com as well. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, moderators. Thanks, Borsonvin, JB's Tech. It's Kate, Beelzebub, Caffeinated Cat. Thank you. Thank you very much, Caffeinated Cat, and I hope your co-workers are having a great time. Thanks, Shandis, and I just generally want to say thanks to everybody, and let's try to have a good week, the best that we can. Okay. I'll see you next time.